welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mutator here, and I'm joined by a couple of special guest casters with me today. I have Eastwind from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
What up?
and I got Zach Nafane from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirters.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, so this is the QR3 match between both these teams, and so Eastwind and Zach have graciously agreed to co-cast with me. And Magillanophobia is the name of this map, and it is Capture the Flag. So, can you tell me what kind of how what your approach is for this first game, Zach?
Yeah, I figured he might try a rush or something like that, or just heavy melee and try and surround us or pinch one of our flanks. So we went a little more with a little more artillery than they did, and the main idea was to let them push one side and then flank our warlocks and Solus around that and attack them from three angles while they were trying to push us and cut off their retreat.
And Eastwind, you're on the opposite team, so you actually had a little bit of difficulty in the first 2 weeks of the QR. And so, kind of, how were you coming into this match here?
Yeah, pretty much. My connection was a bit fucked up, so I got it back. So this match, I wanted to, do it big, pretty much.
And what can you tell us about your strategy, your team strategy here, GKG?
Pretty much, our strat was to hold like one flank, which is mid. Have pretty much nothing on south, and then push hard north with a lot of melee. Yeah.
And were you expecting something like that, Zach, or were you just expecting a straight up rush?
No, I could definitely see the push in the flank. Usually, I mean, the game is won by the flanks, so I was expecting to go heavy on one side, and I didn't care which side because I had three warlocks and a Solus pack that were ready to go wherever. So if you went to our weak side, then I would have, done the same thing and then had our four fetch push the other side.
I see you got a couple warlocks. You have three warlocks to GKG only got one. What's the rationale for that?
He probably didn't get them because he expected straight up fetch warlock fights, but that's not how this map works. You got these people up on these ramps basically, and you flank your warlocks around them, and you pressure the fetch from the side with your warlocks. And it's one thing to go straight up warlock for a fetch fight, but it's not like that. You're attacking from multiple angles, and it's going to make you lose the fight if you fight somebody that's pulling that tactic.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happened. We didn't take into account we were pretty much looking. Well, actually, GKG originally wanted to go with some Morlocks, but then Merc said, "Yo, if we're trying to push, these Warlocks are gonna, they're gonna get in the way of the fetch." So we said, "Fuck the Warlocks." But we didn't take into account that on our push flank from the sides, if they just flank the warlocks around us, that would really screw us up. What Zach was saying, that's pretty much exactly what happened because our fetch guys had to fight the fetch ahead of them, but also look to the side, where these warlocks are shooting their fireballs from. So pretty much it was a disaster. Yeah. No.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for sure.
All right, so actually, this is kind of one of the matches that I think a lot of people were looking forward to because, these are two of the top three teams I think that are meeting for the first time in this particular Myth World Cup.
Yeah, I agree for sure. It was plus because we were since our lackluster performances in the past few matches, a lot of people were predicting that TMNS would win, but in our minds, we felt like we could do it. So it was important for us, but I think overall an important match as well too.
So it looks like the northern flanks are meeting But looks like the turtles are kind of retreating just a little bit before the fetch there. It's like Captain pressuring.
Yeah, we just wanted to wait till all of our fetch were straight up. But as you can see up there, as Zach was saying, he's got those. He probably told his warlock. He saw like our main force north, so he's coming up. He's coming up along the sides right there, and there's 3 warlocks there. We're pushing in right now. We're not really see GKG. If you see him, he's got a melee force. I've got a melee force. GKG's like, oh, I'm with you, EW. Let's push this shit. But we're not looking to the side, and then we'll see what's gonna happen soon.
Even a small adjustment where if they had their souls on their hill and their warlock guy down below, I think would have made enough of a difference to change the result. But all you guys clumped up right there, and we just pushed them farther to the wall.
Oh, professional killer. Oh, I forgot I have I have the lock no blood on, so everything is stars. I wanted to check it out.
just like in real life, man.
Yeah, exactly. So this is going to be a PG cast.
Yo, what Zach said, if we had some guy like delaying those warlocks in the south, but there's nothing to delay, and they're just like, just taking pot shots at our stuff right now.
And you guys really should have just backed out of that situation because we didn't cut off retreat like we should have.
Yeah, I agree. We could have run, but yeah, it looks pretty bad right now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, you guys are down like 40%, 40+%, close to 50 now.
Yep, all the action happened north, and it was lost north. So that's why I was saying earlier that it was just pretty much done right now.
Yeah, that wasn't even close. Really interesting.
It was funny because the other in the other match, WTC versus Limp's team, Agents, that was pretty much over within the first couple minutes too. So the games are won and lost on the flanks for sure.
That was just really bad play by them because how do you let that much get to your flag and you're not ready for it? You have to be able to adjust mid-game or you don't belong in the top tier of MIP teams.
Yeah, it was just a bit of it was bad coordination and everything for them.
Do you think it was bad coordination? Do you think the trade was less than stellar? Like, what do you think it boils down to?
It boils down to not thinking about the map because I mean the trade wasn't bad, it was just the execution. It was execution. We didn't realize like terrain wise, so all those things they have to be taken into account when you're making a strat for a map. So we were just thinking, okay, all right, we weren't taking into account like this little hill and like you can flank around it, get warlocks around it. We didn't think of that. So yeah, and Zach he thought of that. He pretty much guessed our strat, so it was good.
Well, it looks like Arsenic was able to win on the southern flank, but
then again, Adrenaline was fighting 2 people on that flank.
Yeah, it didn't really matter that much, but Arsenic did. Terry says, yeah, Arsenic's always the last one alive, and he pretty much is right now.
That's pretty funny. Well, I can't imagine this going well for the Turtles here on their home flag.
Yo, actually, we win right now, man.
Really?
We're about to win the game. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I didn't scout the flanks.
Flag captured.
All right, interesting. Well, looking at the numbers here, it looks like Captain did a pretty good job. 52 damage, 12 kills, and only 3 losses.
Me and GKG had all melee, and we did a lot of damage, obviously.
If Captain's not getting good ratios with fetch, then we need to reconsider his role on the team.
Yeah, looks like GKG and Eastwind just got shut down that game, and the rest of the team. I mean, Arsenic did okay. But, he had fetch on the southern flank, but yeah. As a result, I mean, I don't think anybody else could prop the team up after that, losing so many units.
Yeah, it was pretty much over really quick. So that was the story of game 1 for sure.
All right, so that's going to be it for game 1, and we're going to move into game 2, and we'll see you then.
Team
All right, sounds good.
Game over.
Alright, New Mutator here, and I'm back once again in the QR3 match between the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Squirters. And this is game number 2. What's the name of this map, you guys?
Green Acres Trow.
And it is Flag Rally. So
And can I just say there's a little
Yep.
Easter egg that nobody exploited, but it's kind of hard to. At the start of each team, there's a barrel, and that barrel is basically like a nuclear bomb if you blow it up.
So how would you exploit that? Just blow up your own units?
If you can somehow bait somebody to that corner, blow them up.
That would be fucking pretty funny though.
Alright, well, you learn something new every day. So the Squirters in the pink actually won the first game pretty handily. I mean, it wasn't even really close. And,
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. And
Yeah, you suck.
so, so I imagine that the Turtles are kind of eager to get a win under their belts here.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it looks like you have a couple of Tro yourself, Giant Killer General, splitting those up.
If you look at the trades, we expected them to go more melee heavy than us. We didn't get any Solus, and we only got 4 artillery, whereas they got 7 artillery and they got Solus. So, we should have a pretty handy melee advantage in this game. And he surprised me again, because I was expecting him to go a different route.
However, you have a lot of Mauls, which are good against Tro, but there's a lot of Mercuridia, which just eat Mauls alive.
Right. Well, we were thinking playing the game type flag rally, more flag D. That way we can put our mercs in a more mobile position attacking their flags.
And what can you tell us about the strategy that you guys kind of had agreed upon for this particular map, Eastwind?
Basically, GKG was going to go mid with 3 Trow, and I was just going to go basically a 2-prong, just one mid, and our other flank would be south. I was going to go south with ours and Merc. Ours and Merc would have Solus and Locks, basically, and I had Tro and melee. And the rest of our guys would go mid, and we just send a tagger on the other flank. But we'll see what happens mid, because basically my instructions were, alright, attack whatever they have south if they have a flank, or east. But if help is needed mid, just 8 mid.
I think everybody was expecting on my team 5 trow mid from one of the teams.
And do you think the Solus are a good trade here?
I personally don't, but they made it work by capitalizing on our stupidity.
Yeah, basically, the point of the game of Souls was basically just to bait Tro, pretty much, just to make him think that they can rush us, because we had we had more arty, more souls. Just try to bait him pretty much, and then just knock him off with souls as well. And then basically, what this allowed us to do is give us kind of a slow push, basically.
Flag captured.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind is that there are no heals on this map, so when Tro get low in health, there's no way to heal them back
Flag
up.
captured.
Yo, watch mid right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this made me and a couple other players mad, that this initial push.
Tyrion Adrenaline running into a couple of these Solus.
See the souls, yeah.
Flag captured.
Oh, he kicked one, it's
he
not
got
bad.
one. But was it worth it?
Okay, this doesn't look good. Adrenaline blames a lot of the pathfinding on this, but I think, initially this should never have happened.
Yeah,
And
that
I
was
came
not
mid, by
worth
the
it.
way. I came
can see
mid.
that.
So,
that's-
this is not a good position to be in if you want to push at all this game, having your trail health that bad.
Yeah, so already, I mean, basically a couple of units were killed, but
Flag captured.
in exchange, a couple of these Tro are super low on health, half health.
Yeah, 2 Tro, yeah.
Lower.
And just so the
One
viewer,
third,
just so the viewer can understand the strategy my team is employing, look southeast. You see, we got Mercs trying to get their flags, and they got a Solus on a pond, so we can't get that south one.
Yeah, that was Merc's idea. It was pretty good.
What was it? Oh, put a Solus on the deep? I see.
Yeah, number 3, I believe. Yeah.
And if you look north, you can see they flanked a trowel to get our home flags, and I didn't see that at all, and nobody told me about it, which is pretty crucial to their strategy.
Flag.
Is that GKG's Tro, like, on the way?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of lock shots go down, but it doesn't manage to do much. Nice block with your Tro. That's basically what Tro are. That's essentially what they're used for, is blocking lock shots and things like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
When they're not doing anything.
Don't tell that to Asmodean, because he'll take your trowel away from you if you block shots.
Well, you know, if you block too many shots, I mean, it'll do damage over time. But to protect your own units, it's definitely worth taking the insignificant amount of damage.
So exactly, this is what I was telling you about earlier. Because right now we're just like slow, just eating away at their Tro mid. But if you notice right now, look how much melee Zach's team has right now on mid.
Yeah.
We don't have as much. So I was thinking that I was just afraid that we were going to be rushed right now.
But the thing is, the Solus can just go on the impassable terrain and just freeze the Tro. You know,
yeah, so that also could have happened as well. But see, this is where the Tro health is coming into play. Because I think if they had full health Tro, they might have pushed harder.
Yeah, I was way more concerned about our trail health than the artillery advantage. I didn't really consider your artillery a threat in this game. I was more worried about getting your flags, and I knew we needed Mercs for that. I didn't want to rush at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I was wrong, because to get that south flag, we need a Warlock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like there's a Arsenic with a couple of Warlocks on that south flag defending. So I guess if you slipped a Tro down there,
captured.
maybe you could have.
No, the Tro couldn't reach it either. Actually, we'll see later. Adrenaline tries to get it with the Tro, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, basically the Merc flank I had south failed, and it didn't even tell me that we needed a Warlock on that south flag to take it. So this whole game I'm thinking, okay, we just need to flank around, get the bottom left flag and the south flag, and we win. And then just now I'm realizing, okay, they got victory imminent, so they're going to camp, and we need to push.
Yeah, GKG just tagged their home flag right now. That's what Zach's talking about. The Tro.
Yeah, so you managed to slip through. I think there were 3 mauls on that flag. And you
See,
took down all 3.
Now, what's going to happen mid pretty soon is that it's going to end up being 5 Tro versus 3 Tro. Because GKG is about to leave right now, I believe, yeah.
Well, you can focus them down, because all your Tro are pretty close to full health, and Dak almost shot you in the back there.
Yeah, I know, but he quickly adjusted. Yeah, it was good. So right now, Zach's team is like, are we going to rush mid? No. Thierry says no. And then Zach says flank Tro west. Basically, GKG's not here, so it's up to me. I gotta shadow this Tro right now. Either I let all this shit get our flags, or I shadow. So I'm like, obviously, let's shadow the Tro. There's 2 guys, Cherry and Adrenaline versus me, but I got some Mercs, so I pretty much have to do a little splitting up, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I asked for some Mercs, people give me some more Mercs, so that, I'm good. I don't think 5 Tro could kill that right now, anyways, unless some super micro.
Maybe 3. If you only had the 3 Tro, I think it might be.
Oh yeah, for sure. 3, those 5, they have taken it out. But with the Mercs, it's like an added factor. So they go in different directions, though. Adrenaline's trying to see. Adrenaline doesn't know he can't take that flag that Soul is on. So he's like, okay, I'm gonna go try. He splits up. I send one Tro and some Mercs after Terry, and then other two Tro
5
after
minutes
Adrenaline,
remaining.
pretty much.
If I had been smart, I would have tried to somehow get our mercs going south instead of to the west. You guys were kind of guiding our mercs west, and that's just like the worst place for them right now because we're trying to get to your south flag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, here we go. Looks like
Adrenaline's
it's-
finding out he can't take that flag.
Yeah, to use some terrain on me, but
And he can't reach his Solus either.
And I take some mercs from Unculator to give to Terry, and he complains because he knows he's going to get kicked by a trout pretty soon.
really?
That's what happens, but I mean, I knew I needed to divide the mercs up a little better.
I'm at 2 places at once right now, so I'm following Adrenaline with my 2 Tro.
Yeah, I got that in the south, kind of in the southeast a little bit. And
Yes.
You're also in the west.
So I'm like, I don't want to be 2 places at once, so I gave my other Tro to Rat King, who just has some souls. So
If you look north in about 10 seconds, you're going to see 3 artillery get blown up by my white.
oh yeah, it was fucking Dak and Professional Killer right now.
And that shows you how lopsided the game is, that you can blow up 2 warlocks and a mort with 1 white and you still lose.
Oh god.
Well, you guys
yeah.
were down by a lot, actually, coming into that. So yeah, you're absolutely.
Yeah,
even
just
with
the
that,
troll
you're
health,
still
yeah.
down 15%.
Someone says "fuck you, Zach." I don't know why.
That's
Zach Nitfi.
Anculator. He's mad that I took his mercs because he got kicked like he predicted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it looks like Kron is sneaking down the map on the east side.
Yeah, I do see that. Mid, Terry gets in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, he is pretty much surrounded. It's not gonna be good.
He loses like a Tro, I think.
Yeah, there's those Solus.
Yeah, the souls. I think they in this mid spot. I think they actually help a lot. So they're just annoying. I think.
They're super annoying, and they tick down damage over time, which is really that's good when there's not a full-on engagement. That's good.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we should give Terry some props there though, because he lands about 10 hits on a trowel, and he loses his, but it was already red.
Yeah, that's. Then Adrenaline tries to go to their home flag. He's shadowed by pretty much I got 1 Tro in the north. I see Merc there. There's only 1 flag left, so I'm like, okay, take this Tro Merc and to take the last flag.
So this is an act of desperation on my part. And we could have won, almost, not quite, but if your trout were a little slower and there wasn't a pond south, we would have won, I think.
Oh, you mean I'm taking the home? Oh, the home. Yeah.
But a lot of what ifs. I mean, you guys won this fair and square.
Yeah, I would say it was pretty much that initial push that was the big blunder.
Yeah, that set you guys down, just enough so that it was an uphill battle the whole way. Like you never had the advantage
1 minute
after that.
remaining.
Yeah, we just pretty much got victory imminent, and then we kind of played it slow and safe, and instead of just going directly for the flag, we just shadowed whatever they put in our backfield, and it worked out. So
Yeah, that's pretty good strategy actually. I know a lot of teams, a lot of players, newer players maybe might think, okay, we have to take all the flags, but when you're ahead, all you have to do is, really defend.
30 seconds.
yeah,
remaining.
it's like a pretty much it's a dangerous game to play sometimes, just because
Yeah,
you can get
that.
Yeah, you can get surrounded easily, but with this map with their souls, it was pretty we built pretty much a wall. Zach referred to it earlier, and then just shadowed the Tro in the backfield, and yeah, it worked out.
And actually, Adrenaline got stoned by that
Flag captured.
firewall.
Yeah, I saw that.
He realized he needed to contest and walked into the fire. Interesting. So this game wasn't entirely close either, but it swung in the other direction. And it looks like GKG actually managed to get damage this game. 14 kills, 3 losses, 104 damage.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I told him later that like, fuck you, because I had the Shadow 5 Tro while he had the fun stuff. But
Right.
yeah, it was. I mean, whatever, dude. We won the game, so it was good. Merc did also well as well.
Yeah, he didn't have Tro. He had Solus and
I gave
he
him
had-
I gave him a Tro at the end.
Oh,
but,
right, yeah. and then he was defending the South flag, I think.
Yeah, it was his idea with Soul. We actually didn't think about that, so it was a good idea by Merc actually.
And I'm always impressed by Captain's ratios, but we should keep in mind that I used his white to blow up those 3 artillery, so that's why he's got 30 damage.
Those are his 3
Dang.
kills.
Won't let Captain have his own damage, Zach.
And it looks like you guys didn't play Seeker this game. Is that because you wanted to match players?
That was the actual blunder of the game, not playing Seeker, man.
Exactly, dude.
We should have played him on Axe Cruelty, but the main reason we didn't
Yeah,
play
that's
is
true,
because we
actually.
had too many players for the roster cap, so we just decided 2 players weren't officially on the team till after the qualifying rounds, and those were 9-Ball, Seeker, and Ska.
And Scott?
Ska.
Oh, Ska. Yeah, I haven't seen Ska show up yet. Has he shown up at all?
He's too busy with real life responsibilities.
He's showing up after the QR though.
We'll see. You know, nothing's for sure when somebody's coming out of retirement.
All right.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's going to be it for game 2. Stick around and we'll start up game number 3 coming up next.
Game over.
All right.
All right, and we're back. It's Nemutator, and I'm joined once again by Eastwind and Zach Nafayan, and we also have Adrenaline here for this 3rd game of the QR3 match between the Ninja Turtles and the Ninja Squirters.
Sorry, is it Zach Nafane?
Yeah,
Haven't
Zach
you
Nafan.
watched the interview? Oh my gosh.
No, I actually haven't. I always thought it was Zach Nafine.
No, otherwise I'd have a D at the end.
Fiend.
Fiend, no D.
Zach Nafan.
All right,
Sound
whatever.
it out.
It's a fucking stupid name anyway. So.
It looks like
Dude,
Seeker
you
is...
You've
looks like
crushed. You've crushed.
You
his
don't even
soul, man.
spell the name right. I mean, come on.
Well, with the E, whatever. It's spelled both ways. I actually didn't take it from Adrenaline. It's named after a Deftones album. It's where it's derived from. So fuck
Well, let's
y'all.
just move on. We got a match.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a name you made like back in the day and you just never changed it.
All right, tell me if you can hear this.
Yeah,
No?
what was that?
Is
I don't
that
know
a
what
gun?
was.
That was a beer. That's why I was late getting here. I had to stop and grab a case of beer.
Oh man. So it looks like Seeker's implying that I implied
Was that a
Shy
gun?
instead of Zach. Is that what's going on here? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. What do you guys notice about these trades here?
I noticed that units aren't moving. This is getting kind of boring watching them. Can we F2 this a bit? No?
Can
No?
I
Doesn't work?
just say what my strategy was going into this?
Yeah.
Okay,
please, by all
so
means.
we were gonna have a heavy push mid at the start, not even worry about flanks, and we were trying to get Rabikin to get his goals into their backfield and pressure flags throughout the game. Obviously, that's not what happened, but we'll see later on.
I'm seeing here that GKG's team, TMNT, has significantly more bows. No thrall.
That's another thing that surprised me was they went with more artillery yet again on a map where it seems like they would try and rush us.
If I had to redo this, I would have gotten a bit more thrall for for some flag D or some shit at the end. That would be helpful.
Yeah, actually, my thrall near the end kind of held down the fort on a couple flags. I was surprised.
Yeah, because is this 12 minutes?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like not Barb Valley Terry's always ends up being like a flag game, especially if it's like 12 minutes. So that was one problem for us.
And,
I think GKG's team with its roster has potential to be GKG'd because he has so many passive players.
passive players like who?
Like, I would say Arsenic and Dak, and to a certain extent Asmodian and Rat King aren't confident enough to be aggressive versus top players. And Eastwind is a top player, he can be aggressive, but I think his style is a little more careful than you would expect.
Here, I'm just gonna point one thing out I noticed here. TMNT actually remembered to grab their flames, whereas we did not.
Yeah, I can go both ways, Zach.
Yeah, I was going to point that out, how there are a couple flame arrows, but you have to actually manually pick those up. So I don't know, what do you attribute that to, Zach?
Dude, Merc's greedy ass actually tried to grab both fire arrows.
Well, we have one of our archer guys right here, so let's let him talk about it.
I just didn't really give a fuck. It's one flame. Yeah.
That's pretty much what I think too.
It can make a difference. I'm pretty sure I was AFK for the entire PT, out for a smoke or grabbing a beer or something. And I came back with a few seconds left to spare, did my presets, and just kind of sent my units. And by the time I was like, oh shit, there's flame arrows there. I was too far gone to really turn around, so whatever. I actually did send a gall back later to grab it after I used one of my pusses, but my bows were dead by the time it got back, so it didn't really matter. Which I'll explain when it happens.
So it looks like
your boy Captain, man, he left you.
Flag.
I guess so. Well, I didn't really want to cross where I was there because I knew I was just going to be left in the wind anyways, and I think Shyster was like, no, just don't be a pansy, fucking push.
We'll get into that later. That
Yeah.
So it looks like there's a pretty heavy mid for the squirters, and then a small south flank with some goals, a small goal pack. And it looks like it's kind of a three-prong type of deal for the turtles with warriors on either side,
Captured.
backed up by goals.
I'm just going to mention here, I fucking love this zoom out feature, man. This is incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the huge perks of 1.8. This is really nice.
Most
It's
definitely.
probably the best thing I think right now.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's one of the most useful, I think. I've been using it for a while now, and I can't imagine not using it.
Oh, it's incredible for this, man. Like, I'm assuming I haven't really watched your shoutcast lately. No offense or anything, just I don't really.
So the game going on right now.
I'm totally offended, by the way.
Yeah.
KG is trying to pinch adrenaline, but it doesn't work out, and the south flank is retreating, and basically we're camping because they have more artillery and they're not taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw that coming. I wasn't stupid enough to walk into that pinch. I got in where I could get a few arrows in and then just backed out.
Well, it looked like Captain kind of saved you a little bit by pussing those goals.
No, man, I had lots of time to get back.
Yeah, I saw that. I can. GKG wanted to push, and then, but I saw that like Captain wasn't anywhere on the map, so I knew he had to be behind North. So.
And you can see some very questionable archering from Kron right now mid.
Yeah, I was wondering what the hell he was doing here. I saw one die, and then he's just taking these arrows. I'm like, does he dodge? But
Dang, some pretty good archering right there.
Now he's dodging. I think
Like he's fighting with half of his units, and I don't know why.
Yeah, exactly. He's got 3 archers just not doing anything.
Actually, another thing I noticed was you guys only had 2 archer groups, and we had 4. But
yeah, that's I don't mind handling 6 bows, but I wouldn't mind splitting it up 4-4 or 4 or whatever.
yeah, that's what. But the other thing was you guys had more. You had 2 guys war packing though, so that. Actually, wait, you had Captain, Terry.
4.
4, yeah. 4.
Yeah.
That actually helped you guys out, I think.
Because I think melee was going to be more important than the archers.
Flag.
You'd think so, yeah, for a game like
Flag
Terry's or
contested.
Territories, however you want to
I
say
think
that.
that was some good thinking there, yeah.
Yeah, good versatility to get around to the flags.
Flag contested.
I've
And I
got a
know
question.
Kron and Adrenaline should be able to BC anybody in this game.
I got a question. Who's Bebop?
Shyster.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Now I do.
Flag captured.
I just saw a bust out there. Sweet.
Contested.
Oh my word. So a bunch of pus going down. Looks like GKG sort of wasting a little bit of pus there in the south. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I saw 1+, yeah.
At some point, Ravikin with his gold pack absorbs 3 pus from their team, which might be important.
I think he took 2 and 1 dudded there, and somebody picked it up again. But I don't know. I just caught it at a glance there. So okay, here's Shyster telling me to push.
Oh yeah, this is where if you want to watch Adrenaline and what's it like? Then it's pretty much a bit east of mid, yeah.
Yeah, Captain should have been in behind me here. I don't know where he's going at this point.
So what happens is I come to help Adrenaline, and I tell Captain to stay there with Adrenaline, and I control his units, and he still doesn't care, and he goes south. So I'm the only one there protecting Adrenaline.
Well, if you spelled my name right, that might have helped.
DR, yeah.
I still said Cap. You should know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I see Adrenaline exposed here, so I'm like, alright, I'm gonna puss this shit right now.
I knew I was exposed, but everybody's like, fucking do it. I'm like, alright, whatever, I'll do it. I mean,
peer pressure, man.
I guess so, but I couldn't just sit back and try to go around back to mid. I would have just been out of the fight for a while, so I just figured, what the hell, I'll go and do what I can. I did some here. I pussed a couple bows. Those are gonna die. Somebody did get my dwarf here, which kind of fucked me because all
I got the dwarf right now.
It's not like you get completely raped. Like, we do some damage north.
No, yeah, it would definitely do some damage, but yeah, I knew it was kind of a bad move going in because I could see that I didn't have the support behind me, but everybody's like, fucking push.
Yo, if I just want to shift, yeah, Adrenaline salvages some shit right here. But if you move that flag south, there's a bunch of shit going on right there right now.
Like so, yeah, there sure is, yes.
Yeah, it looks like those warrior packs are coming in handy. Nice spread there on that pus from Dak.
Flag captured.
You check the percents right. We're up like 10%, so I'm thinking we're okay. But just watch Dak's stuff right here. He doesn't like. He just lets all his archers die, and I don't know what his melee's doing right now, but it's not good.
Yeah, chasing stuff.
Another reason that you guys do so bad south is because we have most of the flags, and you guys are scared of getting flagged, so you stay on the flag instead of running.
Was true as well.
Yeah, we're up 6-1 here.
I think Dak was. I think Dak just backed out and just waited. Because look what we had coming mid. We've got like more archers, and dwarfs. So
Flag contested.
I think we could have had it. It would have been better if we just saved that stuff instead of him just going in. But
to be honest, though, Thierry's got the numbers here. Even if he backed off, he'd be getting raped about right now, anyways.
Where's Thierry at?
Right near the flag with some
part of that
melee.
south force. Yeah, he's going further south with those warriors.
And you get rushed by Thierry and Shyster. Like, what's gonna happen? Usually, you're gonna lose.
There you go.
It looks like you're
I
being
don't know.
chased.
I don't know about that. Chai's like pretty rusty right now.
Captured.
Looks like you're being chased eastwind in the kind of in the east.
Hold on, let's go back. Let's go back to EW's comment there. He may be rusty. He's not back in his top form, but he's no fucking slouch right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that like it's not like a fucking surefire win if like him and Shice, yeah.
But he's smart enough not to rush until he has the advantage.
Yeah, he hasn't lost his brains or anything. He might have lost a little bit of the click, but he's still got the intelligence for sure.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. No, I'm just in the backfield right now trying to tag some flags, but he's on me, so it's kind of tough.
Oh, you should check out the action to the east here. You see me with my 4th thrall, just kicking ass, taking names.
Very clever use of your thrall.
Thank you.
That.
Thank you.
I didn't see what they did.
It was sarcasm. But they actually do some stuff here. You'll see there's a couple lone warriors that kind of run around, and I'm kind of zigging and zagging, trying to trap them with our warriors, and it actually works. So nothing huge, but it comes down to numbers near the end, and it actually did make a difference, I'm sure.
Basically, Adrenaline's trying to say he's the MVP of this game.
While I am mad at Captain, like he just pulled off some good stuff on the northeast flag, and he's been chasing stuff west, so like he's not doing bad this game.
Captain, actually, well, not to take anything away from Captain, but
wait, you watching? Are you watching? Keep talking, but watch what we do with this one war.
Oh, this
small victory.
That's what I was watching. But no,
nice
Captain actually.
Booyah.
GKG was he had to spare Merc's dwarf to Arsenic, and then I think Captain killed him north when that happened.
You mean
No,
the
a lot of
dwarf.
people underestimate Captain. I
Flag
mean,
captured.
everybody makes the odd bonehead play. Yeah, he should have been there to support me, but he's been pretty solid this
Flag
tournament, and he was damn
contested.
solid last year too. So
His play against Kruniak in QR1 is my favorite Captain highlight.
a
What did
little
he-
old school World War II rivalry there. Nice. I don't remember what he did at all.
Yeah.
Totally raped 2 of his warlocks without losing one.
Oh, on
Cardinal
Mockingbird?
sins.
Cardinal Sins, yeah.
Okay, well, there's about a 10% spread at this point, and the majority of the
contested.
Turtles' force
Flag
is basically
captured.
southwest. Like, they don't have too much elsewhere on the map, and there's about a little bit over a
Flag
minute left
captured.
in the game, so I'm not really sure
Flag
what they can do at this
captured.
point. To,
It's like
pretty much.
well, our problem was we didn't distribute end game as well, and we stopped talking, so it was kind of like nothing was going on. As you said, most of our stuff is like in the fucking
1 minute, ready.
southwest, so it wasn't we didn't spread that well.
Well, at this
You
point,
couldn't really spread, though, is the thing. I mean, you didn't have enough. You didn't feel comfortable spreading at that
well,
point.
if you look around here,
We
the
kind of
majority.
managed that.
Will you
Captured.
shut up so I can talk? The majority of TMNT's percentage here is tied up in artillery.
Yeah,
So A,
see, that's the
it's
thing.
slow, and B,
Flag
you're not going to
captured.
get as many units. Like
Flag
we've got a lot of
captured.
melees spread around the map here.
Flag contested.
They're pretty much fucked at this point. Like the best
30
they can do is
seconds
maybe take a
remaining.
flag or 2, but we're going to out tag.
Looks like
Flag
Dak is going to try to
contested.
do a epic defense on the flag here in the
He
middle.
succeeds.
Yeah, it looks like he might have a shot at doing that. Captain is
Flag
going to
contested.
try to come from behind there.
Me and Thierry basically rushed the mid and south flags too early, so they were able to keep those, and they were able to keep the corner flags because that's where their defensive artillery was.
Looks like a good
Flag
use of
captured.
pus
Sudden death.
keeps GKG alive in the
Game over.
southwest, but not enough. So they managed to nab 4 flags at the end, but I don't think it was enough to seal the deal, as they did kind of even it up just a little bit, 24 to 20% at the end.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
close.
wasn't enough though.
But like I said, it's all artillery. Dak did a damn solid job. They're holding that mid flag, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And he actually had damage for his team. Minus the if you don't count the negative damage that GKG incurred with the healing of the whites.
Yeah. Yeah, right
And
on.
Looking at the numbers, it looks like Thierry had damage overall.
Yeah, these the new way they record damage is so deceiving. Trying to think what would be otherwise.
It would be
2.56
2.56
times, yeah.
multiplied by whatever you see here,
Okay.
which is just kind of an arbitrary multiplier, right? So
So it'd be like in the mid 60s.
All right.
So the way it's recorded now is it's the unit trading values. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, I knew that much, but.
Equilitro, it's 24, so on and so forth.
Oh, you say Tro too. Right on.
I do, yeah.
What's
What
other
is
ways to say it?
Trow?
A lot of people say Trow.
Damn, I say Tro, yeah.
No, you say Trow. Come on.
I must
Yes.
say both then. I don't know.
Yeah. Hop on that Tro bandwagon.
Yo, chill
Trow
out,
is
chill out,
just
bro.
like a
Chill
lazy
out.
way of saying it. It's trout.
So what would you guys say? I mean, how would you analyze this game? What kind of sealed the deal here? Like, what were the major plays?
I'd say overall, what I won't say it sealed the deal, but the fact that we went a little heavier on the melee, a little lighter on the artillery, actually played in our favor. I mean, we could have got BC'd to death easy if they sat back early in the game and just plucked at us with their bows, sat on a hill, and then maybe played flags near the end. But I think it just came down to a numbers game, and we had that advantage.
The south push was pretty key too, actually. Up for Zach's team.
That
Yeah,
was
on
called
the-
by Shyster, by the way.
Yeah, Shy and
Sheer.
Terry.
That did kind of catapult you guys. I mean the squirters into the lead. At least for the moment, and it did set you up ahead in flags by a lot.
It sure did.
All right, so that's going to be it for Game 3. Thanks for joining me, you guys, and if you stick around, we'll hit up Game 4 coming up.
Zach.
Sucks. All right. Are you still recording, or is this done?
All right, and we're back. It's New Mutator, and I'm joined once again by Zach, Eastwind, and Adrenaline in Game 4 of the QR3 match between the Ninja Turtles and the Ninja Squirters.
This game was a fucking disgrace. I'm just gonna throw that out there now.
This game, of course, being acts of cruelty, captures, interestingly enough. What's the? I mean, are you guys cool with captures? Like, what are your thoughts on
I personally dislike it on a lot of maps if there's a spot you can defend from, especially with things like Solus, because then it becomes just a race to get more balls first and camp, which is not a particularly exciting style of play.
That was like an issue in the last match when there was like 6 balls and you could fucking take 3 balls up into a fucking fort and camp, which is what Agents did.
Actually, I covered that game, and so if you guys want, you can watch that later. I wouldn't recommend doing it right now. So what kind of strategies are you guys employing coming into this? I mean, did you guys plan anything out?
Of course.
We did. Let me just say, our plan was to take mid and have a stalling force northwest in case they decided to take our northwest ball. If our plan succeeded, we would have 5 balls to their 4 and be able to camp.
And we also planned on dribbling the balls from south and mid back to our base, which did not happen.
Well, actually, it did happen, but then we decided to move them to a new spot, at which point things went to hell.
Yeah, they really did.
And as captain, obviously, I'm going to take credit for this loss.
And Eastwind, did you guys have some kind of idea of what you were going to be doing coming into this game?
We didn't really care too much about the balls. We just wanted to if we just dribble them back, but like we thought it was BC mostly. So
I was actually surprised at the amount of Solus you guys got, and it actually really worked for you.
yeah, it did actually.
Shouldn't have worked. This is another map where I don't think you should get that many souls. If we had just played smarter and addressed your flank before it surrounded us, those souls wouldn't have been a factor.
Well, they only got 2 more Solus than you did, Zach.
They used them in a much different way, though.
Oh, okay. So your Solus were for defending, I'm guessing, and they used theirs kind of offensively?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This game's still not started.
And what's the? I mean, it looks like everything else aside, the trades are pretty similar. Other than that,
well, it's fairly standard on this map. I think they popped more whites for a small pus than us. I heard 3 go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ball.
So we're a little shorter on pus, but yeah, all in all, pretty similar.
do you think that could have changed the tide a little bit, having a little bit more pus at your disposal?
Possible. I just gotta throw something out here. Kron is not moving his FG. Okay, there he goes.
I didn't move mine either, actually. Maybe
Oh,
that
really?
was me.
Ball
Yeah.
captured.
Yeah, Eastwind, you're still just. Are you AFK?
I was actually I usually option click the mid, when I'm like moving, so to move instead, but I had the mid map on, so it never registered, I guess.
Yeah, I was wondering why I got to the mid ball so much quicker than anybody else.
So we're
Alright.
late as fuck mid, but I think I always fuck something up on Axe. Like when we played in 2010, I didn't pick up my pus, and that was the game that we had to fucking win. Versus TBC, I think.
Ball.
Oh, was that when you were playing with us?
Yeah, and we were like down. Remember that we were like down like 30 or 40%, but we came back and won. That was like a must-win game. So
I don't
Some-
really remember anything from those days, to be honest. I did a lot of drugs.
So
yeah.
in the game
Yo,
right
man,
now,
you fucking stopped taking weed. You stopped smoking weed like that in like 2010.
I don't know if it was before 2000. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's been about 3 years, I guess.
You just have a bad memory, bro.
Well,
Okay,
that's
so
why.
drugs are bad. What were you gonna say, Zach?
in the game right now, my team is pulling off our game plan perfectly. We've
Yeah, it's
got
looking
the ball
pretty good.
advantage, and we're ready to camp. We'll see if that actually helps us at all.
I mean, so far everything's working perfectly for you guys. You guys have the ball advantage. Everything's working out. You got the mid ball, which is the one that you needed to get basically.
Well, somebody's got some crazy feedback right now.
Yeah, we also got a northwest ball. They tried to take it, but my stalling Zerk flank also managed to hold off their forest giant.
I think it
And
was
we
the
got the
Solus on the
southeast ball, so
Yeah.
we got that. So.
I think
What
Terry
is
just
that?
had a pretty shitty dud on those Solus. That would have been good if that blew, because that probably would have helped us later on.
Yeah, it's true.
Rough.
I don't know if. See, the thing is, like, when you guys can't, they just let us like surround you guys. So that's
But-
why, like, I don't know.
We would have been fine if we had just had a flank set up south to prevent you from surrounding us, which we didn't do.
That's
At
true.
this point, Shyster's like, okay, let's put the balls in the northeast corner, and I agree for some reason, and we start to do that, at which point I stopped giving orders and I stopped looking at the map, which fucked us.
It's kind of important.
Yeah, I think what I was doing here mainly was just shadowing Eastwind. This does end up, I wouldn't say it totally fucked us. Everybody's like, oh, come north, come north. You'll see when it happens, but yeah.
Because both of your forest giants are here in the south, like away from your balls.
Yeah, I don't know what Kron is doing. He's just sitting there. Is anybody else seeing this?
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know what he's doing.
He says he's scouting.
Alright, but
Yeah. He's getting some valuable intel.
alright, this is where things start to go south for us, I think. These Solus, is that GKG?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He's gonna take this hill here, and basically I have to go the long way around. Everybody wants me to come north. I'm kind of far here from north, and I do try to make my way there, but I don't want to get too close to these Solus, so obviously I gotta kind of take the long route around. Then
I tell GKG to like watch out because Kron is coming up right there too.
Yeah. You guys had, what, 3 galls there? I obviously didn't want to risk coming in too close to that, because I'm sure you had at least one big pus there.
Yeah, and the Zerks too were key actually.
A smart captain would have told Tyrion, Shyster, and Captain to rush Merc north, but I didn't make that decision because I was too busy trying to dribble the fucking balls in the northeast corner.
Oh shit, yeah, looking at
Holy
that right
shit,
now, man.
That's crazy. They should have
guys-
done that. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys could have crushed that. Or they could have crushed that.
I also should have told Adrenaline to go for their balls because they're very lightly defended.
There wasn't much getting around that. I'm sure EW would have just shadowed the shit out of me. He had,
Yeah.
he had more units than me there too, so I would have just been getting chased around.
Well, Kron 1, I think, had a small window where he could have slipped around.
At this point right here, Kron probably could have walked in and started smacking a few Solus. There's the
There's a
gall
goal,
there, but
yeah.
there is, but they're not that hard to dodge.
Yeah, Arsenic's behind, by the way. That's why.
At this point, I'm kind of fucked. I got this hill here
There it
blocking
is.
off my gall, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna die.
Ball.
Yeah,
Captain.
I was like, I had the Zerks, so I'm just gonna try to kick your galls.
Yeah.
And the normally silent Rabikin is starting to talk shit now because we were playing really dumb.
Oh,
And
we
he's
sure
saying
were.
he's going to take over as captain the next game. Yeah, idle threats.
Actually, Rab was saying a lot of shit too. I don't know why.
I'd be interested in seeing him captain again, but he's been out of that game for a long time, and he's always hungover or something when he shows up, so
That's true.
could be a recipe for disaster.
I've wanted him to captain all year, and he has just avoided it nonstop.
Yeah,
Me and Adrenaline are about to like engage like a little bit right now.
a
Yeah,
little bit.
I can
yeah.
see you getting pretty close to those goals.
Oh, look at that dodge, man. Fucking
Nice.
dud. Dud.
Oh, nice, but you turn around and make sure that he can't pick those up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's questionable. Like if it blew on impact, it would have frozen me. But I did swerve. If it bounced, who knows?
He's at a
Could
pretty
be.
unfortunate dud there too.
Yeah, right on the pus. That would have been key. But what can you
Actually,
do?
mine it doesn't even get used anyways, so it doesn't even matter actually.
Yeah, true enough.
I
Still,
predicted too that GKG wouldn't worry about balls in this game. Not that it matters.
It was kind of true though. We didn't care that much. I mean, see the pus just.
There it is.
Boom.
Zach gets a nice shot off.
oh, that's a small pus though.
Ball
Okay.
contested.
The big pus goes down, but doesn't hit anything. Some
Yeah.
nice dodging there.
Me and GKG, when I think about it, we just straight up just pushed the east just by the FG and the souls. There's pretty good pushing for us with the souls.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it was that bad that I was doing what I was doing, because really you guys were following me with an entire pack of Solus and an FG, so I was distracting quite a big force, but Kron was just hanging around there. He really
I don't know.
could've been,
Yeah.
Can,
really
I,
could've
can I
been
say too that this is where we overcompensate and send almost everything east? It
Yeah.
just allows their northwest and their mid to push.
Yeah,
Which is
we
kind
got
of game over. You shouldn't do that.
it allowed us to like gain terrain. I mean,
Yeah, Zach, you really should have grabbed that soul. I know you're busy with your other units, so this really wasn't a possibility, but that ball that we have wedged up against the north, could have maybe dribbled that out of the way somewhere, but
I
yeah.
was so mad at how the game was going. Like I wasn't thinking straight.
I don't think any of us were at this point. But yeah, you can see me get ball out of here, get the ball out of here.
still close though in terms of percents.
Looks like Kron is
Really
gonna
close.
dribble that out.
Actually, yeah, for this far into the game to both have 90% plus, that's there really hasn't been much action yet, I guess.
It's been a lot of positioning though, and
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has.
Mm-hmm.
you know that you're absolutely right. Like letting the turtles cross here is significant
Oh, it really is.
because now you don't have like the defensive positioning that you need, and a bunch of Zerks go down. I guess that was Tiri losing those to Dak.
But he's really backed up in a corner. He feels like he has to protect this ball. So
Watch what Merc is gonna engage
Captured.
these guys up here
Ball captured.
I do walk in with
towards
my
the
FG
hill.
and,
Yeah.
who was
Oh
it?
shit! Kron gets frozen. That's big right there. Loses like a half his health right there.
Oh yeah, shit. There's a point I walk in here and smack the shit out of Dak stuff, but it's too little too late.
And I don't know, Rabigan is just clumping his souls. He's about to get blown the fuck up right now.
yeah, he tells me whenever he gets souls, it's just more stuff that easily dies. So I should try a better roll for him.
About now, he blows up.
Ball captured.
See, that's just not.
Yeah, so
That was bad.
Dak gets a pretty good shot off, and I guess that's Ravikin, Gate of Stormtroopers, turns around and basically takes it.
People just waste like 2 pus on me right now as well. Like just 2 pus just gone.
Yeah, that was a nice dodge, man.
2 dodges in a
Kron's
row.
Yeah, and that's the problem now is that we're pretty much just around them. Right now.
Ouch. And Kron takes just a ton of spears in the back there. I don't know if you saw that. Those solos coming into play.
Yes. I think this is about to be game over. We're about to lose our last balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
So actually, the pus, the fact that the turtle's pus was,
Ball contested.
or I'm sorry, the squirter's pus was essentially ineffective. Actually contributed a lot, I think. You know, the fact that Eastwind dodged like 3 or 4 pus packets, you know.
Actually, I think all 3 pus was. But you guys got a dud. I mean, you guys got one from the white, but I think 3 of them got used on me.
Yeah, none of them hit. Was the thing.
Yeah. Oh, game over. Eh?
Yeah, game over because all of the balls got tagged by the turtle.
If I had held on to a ball, maybe we could have pulled something out, and that's on me.
Oh, we're down a few men here, but Yeah, I don't really know. I think we're kind of fucked either way, to be honest. Kron's FG was pretty much toast. Looks like they both still have pretty full health on their FG.
Well, Shyster
Close
had
enough.
a goal with something on it right next to that, right next to Eastwind's Forest Giant. We might have just been about to see them lose and have a Forest Giant disadvantage.
It's possible, yeah. It's unfortunate that Thierry shot into that FG and suicided his mort, but who knows? Yeah,
Yeah, I
given
just
a
wanted
couple
to
more
tag that.
seconds.
I was gonna go for that ball right there. So
Yeah, that probably would have been it either way. We should have had something else in there holding that down, but c'est la vie. Yeah, even if we got one other ball or one other Zerk or something across the map to tag one of their balls, We
Yeah,
we
that
just
was
played really badly. That was
that's the thing that surprised me is the fact that there was literally no offense for you guys.
yeah. Even if we sent one fucking Zerk in their backfield just to run around tagging, it could have kept us in the game a bit longer, and who knows what would have happened. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, so that that was an interesting game. I mean, it could have gone a lot differently. I could see that your guys' strategy was working in full swing at the beginning, and then just I don't know what had happened, but it looked like you guys just got discombobulated and weren't able to regain your composure
Well,
or your coordination.
strategies are really nothing more than what you just said. I mean, you set up at the beginning
Right.
of a game with the intention of doing something, but as soon as the other team makes a move, out goes your strategy.
Right,
Unless you want to, yeah.
and what Zach said, I mean, most definitely you guys overcompensated by sending your entire force in trying to hold on to those balls, and you kind of let the turtles cross, and you gave them an inch.
I think
And
it really fell apart when that north wasn't rushed. I mean, had we done that, that probably would have been game over.
that wouldn't have hurt.
No,
We
it
we
sure wouldn't
had
have.
our bad game, and they had theirs on Magillophobia. So
True. I never actually saw what happened on the other side of the map. I was the lone guy on the south flank there, or whatever flank that was. But
yeah, we got raked north. So that's pretty much what happened.
yeah, that's what it looked like to me. So
Yeah, it
yeah.
looks like Dak had a pretty good day there. 46 damage on this map, 11 kills, 3 losses, and he didn't even have a forest giant.
No, yeah,
He
he did
killed
pretty good.
Rab's clump souls.
Yeah, that's
That'll
true.
do it. That's a lot of damage right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess Adrenaline, you were trying to hold on for your team there. You matched him for damage 43, 12 kills, 2 losses. You had one of the forest giants there though.
Yeah, it was too little, too late though. I smacked a bunch of shit at the end. I think it was PKs, Morts, and a little bit of Zerks, maybe a gall or two, but too little, too late, unfortunately.
All right, so what does that make it? Does that
it's 2-2.
Tied
2 games
up.
to 2?
Yeah.
So game number 5 is going to be the final game and the tiebreaker
Oh
here in
god.
this QR3 match. So I guess we'll see what happens there.
Also,
Yeah.
also known as the Wasp game. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
The infamous post-excuse, pre-excuse. I don't know.
Pre-excuse. Yeah.
All right,
Except we won, so it worked out.
Yeah, we would have probably won if there hadn't been a
spoiler
loss.
alert. All right,
All
so
right.
that's going to be it for game 4, and we'll see you in game 5 coming up.
Ball captured. Game over.
All right, and we're back. It's New Mutator, joined once again by Zach Nafane, Adrenaline, and Eastwind here in the QR3 match between the Ninja Turtles and the Ninja Squirters. As I've been told, they're not the Ninja Squirtles.
You can just call us name changers. We'll probably ditch this theme pretty soon. That's kind of our MO.
Well, Zach told me that you're not the name change. I don't know. Whatever.
Well,
Zach?
It's confusing.
it's kind of less NC than it was now that Ska's gone. Or is he? Is he gone?
I don't know.
But now we have 9 ball, so who knows?
That's true. That's true. We still got a few of the OGs around.
So this is Stock on the Borderlands, the name of the map, and it's King of the Map, which is, I think, the only instance that we'll actually see this. This was a kind of a late game type change. I guess there was some issue with, what was it before?
Stampede, yeah.
And I guess there was some issue. I'm not sure what the issue was, but they decided to change it.
Well, this is basically a trial run for King of the Map. First time it's ever been played in a tournament.
Can I just say that this was incompetent game type and time selection, because 14 minutes long on a map with fetch and trowel is never going to work out. There's no way that one team is going to win over time by holding a fourth flag over the other team. They needed to make this 10 or 12 minutes long to make it work. So you really shouldn't even consider this King of the Map, because it's just going to be a BC fight.
The thing is, like, less time generally has closer games, so like 10 minutes might be better, because actually it seems like it's longer because you're active the entire time. There's no just sitting around waiting.
10 minutes would be plenty for this. I mean, 14, maybe if it was a bigger map and a light map where you got a lot of slow moving units, but even then I think 14 would be too long.
Now I noticed like an interesting discrepancy in your trades. It looks like GKG opting for Solus here.
Well, that actually ended up working in his favor, and you'll see why.
We really should have rushed this map once we saw Solus, but you know, we could have BC'd them if there hadn't been that blunder mid-game, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm kind of curious. What were you thinking coming into this, Zach?
I was thinking he would get a lot of melee, maybe less dwarves, or you know, I just expected more melee and definitely not souls, because I thought souls would be useless, and they are useless unless the other team rushes their trial into you.
Oh, what the fuck! I just loaded up.
I loaded the wrong one too.
Son of a bitch.
That was the wasp one.
Yeah, that was the rehost.
What time is everybody at?
Oh, so you want to redo this, restart it?
No, whatever. Just tell us where you're at, time-wise.
Okay. I'm at 13 minutes and about 30 seconds.
All right. F2ing the shit.
Let me know when you're at 12 minutes, please.
12 minutes?
No. When you're at 13.
How about 13 minutes? It's
13
13
what are you
minutes,
at now?
20 seconds.
Oh, I'm actually... Count down for a second?
Alright, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10,
Flag
9,
captured.
8.
Right on. I'm in sync.
I'm good too.
What about you, Zach?
I think I'm
13
good.
minutes. Here we go, right now.
Yeah, I'm on it.
All right.
Okay, well, crisis averted.
Alright, so you can
Hold
see
on.
that we
Just
have a
wanna say
larger flank south than they do. And
That was all East Wind's fault right there.
What was Easton's fault?
There's a restart on that game, I think.
Flag captured.
Well, that and just the fact that we basically fucked up the showcast by, well, I guess we kind of saved it in the end, but we bailed him out of that one.
Flag
God damn it, man. Wasp was in my room, bro.
It's a fucking wasp, man.
Yeah, so for people who
No,
don't
you
know
fucking
what's
sting you,
happening,
dude.
I guess
Are you allergic to wasps?
I guess the game was restarted because
Actually, I haven't
Eastwind
been stung, so
had a
I
bug
don't
flying
know.
around him, so they had to restart the game. So that's why people.
Yo,
were loading.
it's not a bug, man. It was a wasp. It was
It's
a
an
big
insect,
fucking wasp,
okay?
bro. Big wasp. Adrenaline's like, oh, it's a fucking fruit fly.
It might as well have been, man. It's a fucking wasp. Big deal. You know?
So mad.
They don't just like fucking sting you willy-nilly. It's not gonna fucking land on you and...
They could.
Yeah, man.
Doesn't matter too much. Anyway.
Maybe if you
so
insulted its
can
mother or
I just
something.
say that I feel slightly metagamed in this game, because he got Solus and he possibly predicted that we would rush our trial stupidly into their souls, and it seemed to have worked.
No,
But I will
I think
say
he's,
that having like 20 Solus north is fucking retarded and shouldn't have worked.
Probably not.
Teary, man. This
be
metagaming
honest-
shit.
To be honest, I think this entire match, he's kind of
Flag
flipped his entire way of thinking
Flag
around. At least,
contested.
like, traditionally, GKG is a melee heavy, rush, and he's been
Push,
getting a
not
lot
rush,
more...
right?
Okay, push, not rush. He's been getting a lot of artillery.
He
And-
can't do that anymore with the team he has, though. He doesn't have the Bulls as his roster. He has TMNT, which
possible.
is not the same at all.
That's true.
You gotta play to your strengths.
Yeah, You know, Merc is definitely not a rusher. Kirk's a very good player to push. He's very good at pushing, and yeah, you guys definitely played to his strength on the Bulls.
Now it looks like Shyster is kind of trying to snipe PK's fetch here.
Where are you
Shyster
looking?
does a very good mid push pinch.
Mid, yeah.
Nice, yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
shit,
Killer
dude. Who the
loses
hell was
both of his
that?
fetch.
We
Who was
totally
that?
raped their mid at the start, and we're up because
Yeah.
they just lost their fetch and their dwarves.
No, we're up. We're in the midst of pushing the shit out of north. If Thierry would have come north, fuck, this is so bad to watch.
I thought you guys were gonna rush north, so we backed
Well,
off. Yeah.
if you turned around right here, we had that entire. He could have killed all of Arsenic's souls. And then
Yeah.
just come help us destroy north, which is two
this-
trow, two tro, whatever you want to say.
So,
All of Merc's
so
force.
counterintuitive what he does right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, he
Thierry?
did not need to be there. There's one fucking tro there. I mean, we could have destroyed north in seconds, obliterated north. And look,
Yeah, it looks like
He lo-
Thierry's gonna lose 2 tro.
he loses
Yep.
2 tro to nothing, like a handful of fucking zerks and 1 tro. And I mean,
I think he
yeah.
was kind of counting on Zach and Kron to swoop in.
But we're not near at all. Kron is fucking around with Dak southeast, and I'm not close enough to help.
Well,
And they
you
got
were.
fetched there, even if I did try to help.
You were for a minute, so I think he figured that he was gonna have support when he.
I don't think he
ran in
figured
there.
anything. I think that was just a really big fuck up. I think he thought he was gonna
tunnel?
walk in there. I think he thought he was gonna walk in there and just rape the shit out of that, and something went.
I think, but the souls probably drew him in too.
Flag captured.
Probably. I mean, he could have raped the shit out of that, but something went wrong. You know that after the throw, sometimes they get walking funny if you don't target
Yeah.
the right unit, and
And
he got caught.
We're about to rape north
Looks like
right now.
Zeke-
Terry is a playmaker, and he is so great because he's willing to take those risks. And it was just a situation where that worked against him and cost us the match.
Yeah,
He just picked the wrong thing to rush, I think. Yeah, he could have pinched north.
yeah. If he pinched north, this game was over. The match would have been over.
It's like Eastwind's gonna be cleaning up the fetch here in the north.
Yeah, I basically left my fetch unprotected there to get over and try to help protect Captain.
As the captain, I should have told my team to say, fuck it, leave your artillery, run with your melee.
That's
And we could have
exactly-
tried to win on time, but
That's exactly what I did here. You can see my melee are running for the hills now, and I did get a little bit of time with them later on, but yeah, my fetch got raped there just
Now-
because there's nothing I could do.
You guys are up in time, funnily
Well,
enough.
Yeah, but it
But,
doesn't mean shit, though.
There's
that's
so
because
much
of Kron,
time.
and
There's
I'm
so much
kind of
time.
mad that he was doing that, but as captain, I really should have been more on it.
Captured.
But I thought he was more in the action, but the whole game he was fucking around with Dak southeast. I should have taken some of his units, or I should have told him to come up. He's the reason we were up on time, but then we were also at a disadvantage in the actual fighting.
He
At
ate a
this
lot of
point,
shit,
though,
so.
time doesn't matter, man, because once a team gets like 4 or 5 flag advantage, there's nothing we can do about it because they have so much more.
Well, that's
it's
the thing.
It's multiplying like times 5, so
That's the thing, right? Because
Yeah.
at this point, there's 7 minutes remaining.
yeah.
So, if it was a 7-minute game, you guys would have won. But it wasn't.
It's just BC, yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Because, once they can just clean you guys up and just tag all, 6 flags or whatever and just
Flag
wait it out.
captured.
Even if you guys have units remaining, there's nothing you can do at that point.
Exactly.
Just some cleanup shit going on right now.
Yeah, so I guess playing the BC
captured.
game worked in the favor of the Turtles.
Oh, they weren't playing the BC game at all, man. That's what we were doing. It really didn't work.
We went in with the game plan of body counting you guys. I guess Kron was on the same page and Thierry fucked up, but that's going to happen now and then. I don't think we would make the same mistake in a rematch.
No.
And I think that this game could have gone either way, but they won fair and square. We lost.
Absolutely. I'm not going to take anything away. They played well. We fucked up. That's just the way. But at the end of the day, it's qualifying round. Nobody really gives a shit. They're-
We played well except for game 1, but yeah, it's just QR, so.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point we're all just happy to be in and having, you know, high quality, if you can call this high quality, high caliber games with a lot of good players in. You don't see this too often outside of tournament.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. So whatever, you know, you get a good bunch of guys. I say that I hate half the guys on both teams, so whatever. But yeah.
You can thank me for that. I just collected what players I could.
No, I like everybody on our team. I traditionally haven't gotten along well with Rabikin, Thierry,
Flag.
Ankulator. I've always gotten along pretty well with Flatline, obviously the NC guys. Me and Zach.
Obviously you and I don't get along at all.
No, we're fine, man. I just like fucking with you. It's hard to let go of the past. You know, I used to fucking loathe you.
Well, that's
hated
because
you.
like you were top ranked, and I wanted to fuck with your rank, so I'd come into games and I would rush you.
You'd more than just rush me, man. You fucking annoyed the hell out of me. You can thank Shyster basically for getting you on NC, but now that you're here,
Yeah,
you're here
I
to stay.
remember you vetoed me one year. I could have been a Myth World Cup champion if it wasn't for you.
I vetoed you hard, man, and I tried vetoing you last year too, but whatever. You came, you played, you didn't fuck around, you did a pretty good job, so whatever. I'm willing to let the past be the past.
I shouldn't be playing with this roster. Like everybody else in the roster is good, better than me. The only reason I'm in the games is because I'm the captain.
I would say everybody's better than you. You can hold your own. You're not incompetent. Like, you got a good head on your shoulders. You've definitely improved.
Dang, look at Adrenaline. Giving praise to Zach.
Yeah, this is fucked, eh?
It's Twilight Zone.
Well, Kron finally gets taken out, and that's the end of Game 5 and the match, so I guess the Turtles come out on top. And so you guys think it was just Thierry? Just moving in at the wrong time?
No, I think blame also goes to Kron, but they're two of our best players, so we're not going to kick them off the team.
You know what? I'm not going to say blame really goes to Kron, because yeah, whatever. I mean, he might have been kind of wasted down there, but Shyster did such a good job mid that Kron almost wasn't needed. We would have fucking steamrolled north if Thierry turned around and went north instead, and that would have been game. So yeah, I'm going to put the blame on him. He knows it. He's made a post about it. He knows he fucked up. So whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, we're still gonna give him trial.
I might have a little something to say about that. I'm fine splitting duties, but yeah.
You need 2 throwers anyways.
Well, yeah, I mean, most maps you're gonna need 2 throwers and whatever. Some maps, fuck, you can throw all he wants, because sometimes throw just sucks.
Like Grilling Grounds or something.
Yeah,
those maps we just give it to Flatline.
No, Grilling Grounds.
No,
Grilling Grounds are pretty decent. No, that's a horrible idea. Grilling Grounds are alright, but there's some maps that you just have to be so fucking passive with the throw, it's just boring as shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, give me fetch over throw any day on, let's say, I don't know, care throw.
Like a nut throw cod, some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
What do you guys think of the map picks so far this tournament? Like, what are your opinions?
There's been a couple alright ones, but I'd like to kick Limp in the balls, to be honest.
What's your reasoning for that? I mean, like, what do you think's wrong with them?
Some of them have just really sucked. There's been a few pretty good ones, but there's some that have just been like an epic failure.
You mean
we
the
haven't
captures?
even gone over the bad ones yet, really.
That's true.
We're gonna
but
have
there has
Hever
been some.
Gelmir Dark, Last Man on the Hill coming up. That is just so fucking bad.
Oh yeah, Hever Elmoth. I mean, come on, it's like fucking creep. It's just gonna be a clusterfuck.
Wait, that's dark?
I don't remember. I'm gonna open up the website
it's
right
gonna be dark with Mortar Dwarves.
I don't even know what the hell the point of that is. It's like a small ass spot in the mid.
It's ridiculous. I mean, to make it even interesting, both teams are gonna have to like heavy flank just to kind of do something with it. But it's
all right. Let me ask you this: like, what map / game types would you choose that aren't being used?
The suggestion I made at the beginning of the tournament. I mean, there's a lot of newer maps, things that haven't really been tried, tested, and true. Which, I mean, yeah, that's something. Obviously, they wanted something a little bit different, but if I were to pick maps, I'd pick, I think, per round 2 standard maps, like from the Bungie set, like, you know, Tro, Creep, Desert, whatever, Winter Clash, shit like that. Two of those, two kind of go-tos, like tried, tested, and true from many Myth World Cups. Lots of good games, like I
Poison
don't know.
Holiday or
Yeah, like Poison Holiday or like Care Light, CTF, shit like that.
Barb, stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff that is going to be a good game. But so far we've had a few maps that are just nothing but a fucking camp fest until the end, and they're boring. They're not fun.
do you think King of the Map should be utilized a little bit more?
Well,
I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Let me talk for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're missing Trout, they're missing Desert, they're missing Grilling Grounds, probably 4 or 5 different awesome Myth World Cup maps they're missing. And then we have repeats of these bad maps.
Yeah.
You'll see maps that suck, and they'll do them 2 or 3 times. And then King of the Map, great game type, but you don't do it for 14 minutes on a map with Trout and Fetch. You do it on a map that's bound to go down to the wire, like Barbarian Valley Light.
Yeah, true. That was just a last-minute fuck-up, though. I mean, that got switched out, a day or two before we played. Obviously, no thought was put into it. It hadn't been tested before, but yeah, everybody should have known beforehand. Oh well, whatever.
That'd be repeated maps, though, for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely repeating
for
maps.
sure.
Yeah, I don't. What the hell is the point of that? I don't.
Same game type, same map.
Yeah, Barb Dark Flag Rally gets played in, I think, D3, and then again in the finals. I mean, for most people that won't be a repeat, but for the 2 finalists it will.
And it doesn't even matter because nobody gives a shit enough to change it. Paris and Limp do not give a fuck. They'll make mistakes running this tournament and picking the maps, and they don't care. They're just gonna stick with what they want to do.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. There's no democracy. I mean, Paris is the tournament organizer. I guess at the end of the day, it's his say, which is too bad. I mean, he should listen to reason. But the tournament's in full swing now, so whatever it is,
just
what
like
it is.
the seeding and the qualifying round, he did weighted QR pools for the most part, and then he did unweighted seeding. So you got fucking Deer in 3rd place and DOMG in 1st place, and it's retarded. You shouldn't be.
Is
you
that
should be
going
the
to
number
matter
one
though?
seed after
Because
playing a bunch of shitty teams.
I mean,
Well, yeah.
is that going to matter all that much?
Yeah, the way he did the brackets, pretty much that's what it determines. So
The tournament finalists should not be playing each other in DE2. Is all I got to say.
no, exactly.
But I mean, they'll probably meet later, right?
I don't know. Anything can happen, but I think it would suck if one of the best teams in the tournament, had an upset in the bottom bracket in DE 3 or 4. I don't know. I just think that it's kind of ridiculous to give somebody an easy schedule and then give them number 1 seed after they do well.
So do you think it should be like manual seeding, like just have teams play other teams that they haven't played before?
Well, if you go on the forums, Donsky posted a pretty rational
That makes
breakdown.
sense to me.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
What he posted makes sense. He's just not really sure how I don't have it open in front of me, but whatever he did, it made more sense. And I don't think Paris is going to listen to it. So
in
whatever.
the past, when we've done weighted QRs, whoever won their tier, would be ranked that. Like if you were number 1 in QR Pool A, you were number 1 seeding. If you were number 1 in QR Pool B, you're like number 5 or number 4 seeding.
Yeah.
That's how we should have done it. You can be the best of your tier, but not best overall if you were playing Deer and the Blades and ULMS.
Yeah, the point of the weighted QR pools is basically just to give everybody more competitive matches. So there's no fucking blowouts. You want people to be encouraged to keep playing. So you want lower ranked teams or lower skilled teams to play lower skilled teams, so they actually have a fun match instead of just getting raped every game. And same with the upper tier. Nobody wants to go in and win with 95% left. You want to have good tight games. But it shouldn't be used for the final seeding. That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, and in terms of QR, this is pretty fun because we played all the good teams. But as Adren said, it really shouldn't mean anything for the seeding because it isn't. I don't know. I hope Paris listens to something though, because it's right now. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Any team that wants to prove they're better than what they're ranked should be very against weighted QR pools, but nobody complains.
Are you still recording all this? Just gotta ask.
Sure, yeah, of course.
Oh, so this
But
would be
since
part of the
nobody
last
complains,
whatever.
you know, the lower ranked teams should not be getting upset that they're not getting the number 1 seed. However, Paris is seeding it like they actually earned the position they're in. But who honestly thinks that TMNT and Agents are number 7 and 8? That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
Well, I don't think they are, but it's not. I mean, it's the seeding for the double elimination round, so of course it's not actually their actual placements. I guess it's just for the purposes of seeding the DE. But I mean, I don't know. I'm sure it'll get worked out one way or another. I don't think it's going to be too much of an issue. I guess we'll find out, huh?
Well, if he doesn't listen to reason and actually do it the way it should be done, it's going to be a pretty fucked up tournament, I think.
Well,
it's going to be like that tournament where TVR was in the finals.
Oh my god, yeah. NML 10.
Can that actually happen though?
I don't know if that's necessarily true, because there would just have to be the one way that that could happen. That I could, I've looked at the seating, the schedules and all that, and I'm like, okay, I can kind of see this. The one way that the teams that are kind of predicted to be the top teams, the only way they would be knocked out is if a bunch of the other teams had a whole slew of substitute players just hop on and just eliminate them in the
that's the other big flaw in this tournament right now, that you're having teams that shouldn't be beating other teams now beating other teams because they're bringing in a few ringers.
That's not such a bad thing in a team that's going to be a forfeit team, though.
That's true. I mean, at least you get to play the matches and stuff, but I mean, you made your team knowing who was on your team. I mean, if you didn't expect them to show up or you knew they couldn't commit, get some active players. That's why all the better teams get active players on their teams. That's the thing to do, because they're going to be around, they're going to be playing a lot, they're not going to be rusty and out of shape. They're going to actually commit.
With our team, though, like, most of our players are inactive. If we didn't have enough players showing up, I guarantee we would be using subs.
Oh, I'm sure we would. I mean, yeah, we don't have the most active team, but they commit. Like, they know we're a good team.
They'll show up, yeah.
They'll show up. They may not play a lot during the week between matches, but they'll show up.
All right, well, thanks for joining me, you guys. I guess we'll wrap it up there.
I'm not done.
Oh, okay. We'll continue. Carry on.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah. No, I'm joking.
All
I'm
right,
on my soapbox. You're not taking me down.
Say that again?
I'm on my soapbox. You're not taking me down.
Right on.
Right.
Well, once again, thanks for joining in, and hope you enjoyed the films, and yeah, we'll see you in the next match.
This is going to be a fucking long video, eh?
Sounds good, man. A.
Alright. A.
Hey.
Whatever. Go back to Chicago. Chicago.
Actually, I don't even have an accent.